Hey everyone, we're gonna do a quick mod today. This is a UCC Coffee Ken Mary Skyline, and this was free to some lucky person in Japan. They just had to buy like 2 cans of coffee. So for a freebie, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's sure it has painted headlights and taillights, but the casting itself is good. I'm a fan. The only thing that's not good are the blanked off wheels. But and they don't have interiors either. But I'm not really bothered by the lack of an interior. So I was on AliExpress as usual, just perusing, and these wheels came up. I think they're called. Well, I don't. I can't even recall even. They were pretty cheap though. They may have been called Chica, um, but they look nice. You can actually see air passing through these mesh wheels, which is really impressive for 164. That really almost never happens unless it's a photo etched piece of metal. But these look like they're made of plastic, and yet they're able to, get some air light through there. It actually comes with an extra axle as well. Let me back this camera out here, and we'll do a quick little mod here. So another nice thing about the UCCs, even though there's no interior, they're screwed together. I don't know why other brands like TLV and Greenlight and AutoWorld, why they're riveted together. If something that came free with a can of coffee, 2 cans of coffee, can have screws, I think those can too. What's weird is there's some sort of a lot of tension. I thought for a moment it was glued in place. Alright, so it is a smoked glass. Interesting. And they're actually trapping the axles. They're not just resting in place like a lot of other brands do. So I'm trying to squeeze this wheel off, twist it off. There we go. Okay. So UCC uses pretty thick axles, but this Chica one looks, now it's definitely thinner. If you're curious, maybe you want to know, because you might want to, I don't know, maybe you lose the axles or something, but the UCC axles are 1.4 millimeters. These axles, aftermarket ones, are like 1.1. Okay. So now I gotta pop this in here. That's a very loose fit though. I think you should crazy glue that in place. I think I'm going to. So hold on a sec. Hopefully this glue hasn't dried out. Just crazy glue one side in because I have to figure out the axle length still. These things do have a directional tread, it looks like. See? If that matters to you. Yeah, it's a pretty loose fit with the axle. Alright, let's pop this in. Or in fact, I might as well screw it back together so I can see how it sits in the underneath the fender flares. I see. Oh, the grill is part of this base. That's what was holding it up. So you can see the GTR logo. It's actually sticking out. So you actually have to put the base in with the nose first to get the grill in, I think. You hook that logo past it. There. So that's interesting to learn. And then I want to just hand screw these things back together because I'm pretty sure that electric drill would strip out the die cast. Back it out, find the thread. Alright, let's see stock axle width of these aftermarket wheels. How wide? Oh yeah, that's... I have a suspicion these are probably designed for Hot Wheels. You know, and some Hot Wheels are super wide. They're fantasy cars and all that stuff. So, and also, I think I'll need spacers because if I want this wheel to be under the edge of this flare, right now it's quite recessed. Yeah, so I gotta get some spacers and we'll be back. Actually, it's on this side, I think. No, actually that tread looks right in this direction. Alright. So I like to use these little nylon nuts. They're like 2mm or 3mm nuts, and they're like usually 1mm wide. So they make good spacers for 1/64 scale models in most cases. You could also use washers as well, but the plastic nuts are cheaper. There's not much axle actually going into this wheel, so unless maybe I wasn't pressing too hard. Maybe that's the problem, but it's good enough. Okay, so there you go. I also had to flip the tires around a little bit. Yeah, I put that in backwards. Whatever, good enough for now. And now this is scraping the rear. The front one, yeah, no, it's definitely scraping. But I think the wheels look a lot nicer than blanked off wheels like that, right? So these are now trash. Maybe Chorokyu or something. Alright, so the extra axle will come in handy for some other project. And then I did look up the listing here because I figure you might want to know. Here on AliExpress, they were listed as Chezhidao. And look, they're only $3. $3.50 with shipping, at least where I live. So, I mean, that's a great deal for mesh wheels that actually pass air. And they look pretty good, I think. Maybe the center cap is a little plain, but you could add some color to that with a Sharpie pretty easily, which I'm tempted to do, but I'm also thinking I might screw it up. Yeah, you know what, let's do it. My camera mount, sorry, it's not tight all the time. Yeah, a little contrast, I guess, to get in the middle of that wheel. You notice I'm using my fingers and bracing against the car. I find that to be an easier way to not just have the Sharpie wander off and stain something. Okay. Yeah, maybe a little more here. Yeah, I think with the black fender flares, it makes sense to have, you know, matching center caps. Okay, so I lost the rollability, which is fine for me because I don't like stuff to roll off my shelves and stuff. So let's get that back spinning. So pretty simple and cheap mod. If you like a casting, oh, I guess you want to know the diameter of those things, right? Does the Chezhidao listing actually list it? Hold on. I hate Windows 11. I can't move this toolbar to the top of the screen. It's forced to be at the bottom, so you have to watch it all the time. Alright, the listing here says 10mm. So you want to make sure you have 10mm in your wheel gap, your fender flare area, your fender area, and it should work. I think it works pretty well for here. I guess it would be plus size tires on this particular model. You know, it's raised the ride height quite a bit. But as I say, I think it looks better than the stock tires, the stock wheels that came with this UCC. Alright guys, I'll see you around. So, take care.